Hello everyone, Nick here from the Sage Scrolls, and today we're taking a look at a post called Nukes, Time Travel, and Dragons, Part 1. I'll do Part 2, 3, and 4, all will be on a channel, in a playlist, and I'll link through everything in each of their descriptions so you never miss a part. But, let's just get straight into it. This post is entitled Nukes, Time Travel, and Dragons, Part 1, posted by user/Tom. I promised myself that I would post this story if I ever got a Reddit account. It's going to be a long one, so I think I need to break it into several parts. I do want to note here at the beginning of the story that there are no buttholes, racists, or psychopaths in this story. The GM just tried for something and didn't succeed. We are still friends, years later. However, this was the campaign that destroyed our gaming group. There will be a TLDR at the bottom of each of the posts. My friends from college and I were missing our regular D&D games, so we decided that we should put together a game of Pathfinder, 1st edition because this was a decade ago, over Skype. To keep the game fresh and to make sure everyone got a chance to play, the rules were that the party members had to be members of the Pathfinder Society, a group of professional explorers and archaeologists, think Indiana Jones, for easy hooks, and that each GM would plan out a 3-session adventure. At the end of each adventure, the party would level up and the GM would rotate out. If a character died or retired, the new character would be level 1, but would level every 2 sessions rather than 3 until they caught up. This worked relatively well for 3 GMs in a row, including the GM of this story. But then the party stumbled into extraplanar Horrorland, followed by 3 sessions of the Heart of Darkness. Morale was low, PCs had been lost, and everyone was looking forward to a nice, regular, happy adventure. So there we sat in the Pathfinder Lodge in Katapesh, the Market Bazaar metropolis, eating breakfast. The GM had instructed us each to come up with a reason why we would have been out of town for about a month prior to the adventure, so everyone had just gotten back into town last night. We were reconnecting over food, swapping little snippets of our lives outside of adventure, meeting the sorcerer's new non-matrimonial life partner. It felt like we were getting back to normal. Then, the ninjas attacked. I say ninjas, though they were described as, quote, assassins in white and red masks, because the GM was big into Naruto at the time. They burst through the windows, and we all rolled initiative. However, since we were at home after a hard trip, enjoying breakfast, none of us were equipped for combat. The sorcerer was still a sorcerer, but his leadership feat follower Shield Waifu was completely gearless. The gunslinger's rifle was upstairs. The paladin's armor and glaive were upstairs. The level 1 druid was a level 1 druid in a party of level 6s. My level 2 fighter had his sword because he felt naked without it, but didn't have his armor or shield. It was a bad situation immediately. The paladin and the gunslinger booked it upstairs while everyone else tried their best to hold off the ninjas. Then, the gargoyles attacked. The paladin and the gunslinger were now beset by gargoyles trying to come in through the upstairs windows. The paladin was still in his pajamas, but now at least he had a weapon. The gunslinger was gathering up his rifle and ammo and such, but trying his best not to be hit by gargoyles in the process. Downstairs, we were having difficulty holding off all the ninjas, but we were trying our best to wait for the triumphant return of the paladin and the gunslinger. Then, the black pudding attacked. The giant ooze slipped in and suddenly the entire nature of the fight changed. We had a quick adventurer huddle and realized that we lacked anything that could harm such a creature. The sorcerer was a shadow sorcerer specializing in illusion stuff mostly. Great character. As such, we all quickly made our way for the stairs. Then, the dire lion attacked. It pounced from the kitchens and pinned down our sorcerer's new follower, doing half of her HP instantly. A hush descended over the Skype call. That NPC was dead. There was nothing we could do about it. No one was going to break the dire lion's free grapple and save her from the terrifying rake attack to follow the next turn, especially not with a black pudding hot on our heels. The sorcerer became horribly depressed, since he had written a backstory for her, and now she was just gone. A whistle was blown, flag on the play. Excessive run-in monsters. We began wondering why none of us had noticed an 8-foot-high lion slinking through our kitchen, rattling pots and pans. Disbelief was unsuspended, and the GM agreed that the lion might have been a bit excessive. Time was re-round. The lion unpounced and ceased to exist. The party fled up the stairs, then destroyed the stairs, I believe with a shatter spell. We regrouped, slayed some gargoyles, strapped on our gear, and prepared for the worst. We were unprepared. The GM passionately described how we see through one of the bedroom windows, a point of light that turns into a full nuclear blast. The wave of heat and light passes through Katapesh, annihilating it utterly, destroying buildings and people, and leaving nothing remaining, save us, frozen in the air and time. You see, we were protected by Torag, god of dwarves, the GM's PC. A dwarf paladin of Torag descended on a celestial Pegasus and told us that every single branch of the Pathfinder Society had been wiped out all at once in a coordinated attack, but that Torag could now send us back in time. Thus began the adventure that would unravel our round-robin Pathfinder campaign. TLDR, the party is attacked at breakfast by ninjas, gargoyles, oozes, lions but not really, then got a nuke dropped on them. Time travel shenanigans begin. Now, to start off with, I don't necessarily think this is straight up horror per se. It's not as terrible as some other things. Of course, it's gonna pick up in the other parts. You'll have to see those. They'll be linked everywhere. But so far, it's not the biggest trouble. I do not quite appreciate the GM forcing them into this time travel. They didn't have a choice. It's just a bomb dropped. Hey, here's this guy, follow me to live. You know, it's a little forced rather than here's this potential hook you might want to investigate. You know, the players don't feel as much choice. It feels a bit railroady. And all the constant combat as soon as they get back, it's a little overdone. I mean, I can see how you're trying to get that point across, but you could calm it down a bit, GM. However, not too bad so far. So those are my couple of little tips on how you could have made this better. Cut down the combat and make it more of a hook that makes them want to go back in time, not that they're forced to go fix something. However, other than that, so far, it's going pretty well. So that'll do it for this one. This is part 1 of a 4-part series. Everything will be in the description in a playlist on my channel. You can find it all if you want to finish the story. If you like what I do and want more D&D content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let me know what I'm doing good on, what I could improve. Just tell me what you want to see in the comments. I read every single one, and I like listening to what people have to say. With all that being said, I'm Nick from the Sage Scrolls, and I'll see y'all in the next video.